Hugging a part of the steep Pacific coast drop-off between Puerto Vallarta and Acapulco, the Mexican state of Michoacan describes an irregular circle northwards through the southern Sierra Madre until it bumps up against the Sierra Nevada volcano belt that stretches from Guadalajara through Mexico City and east to Mount Orizaba. More than 18,000 feet tall and the third highest mountain in North America, this glacier-strewn dormant volcano ends a string in which livelier others busily spit smoke and ash into the Mexican sky, building a fiery palisade to guard Michoacan's northern border. The green and lush landscape between sea and scarp is itself home to some 80 volcanoes, most dormant or extinct, and is famous not only for its scenic beauty, but for the richness of its agriculture as well. Trimmed and manicured carpets of wheat, corn, chickpeas, strawberries, and macadamias insinuate themselves among thick groves of avocados, lemons, and limes, all scattered around the torrid and mountainous jungles of the south and the cold and pine-covered northern massif. Though the volcanoes are quiet, vast underground reservoirs of scalding water and steam occasionally force their way upwards, dotting the countryside with ancient hot springs and modern thermal energy plants. Through this verdant and voluptuous exuberance, I, my wife Maria, and 2 miniature schnauzers traveled by motorhome. We camped above the booming timpani of the wild Pacific, among thick forests playing their own quieter music, and along the shores of mountain lakes whose lofty waters caressed the heavens, completing the symphony and spawning a hybrid beauty in shades of turquoise and blue. The mountains and valleys give rise to numerous microclimates, each with a particular charm of its own, and filled with a profusion of flora and fauna dizzying in its diversity. Brightly colored chacalacas flit through the bromeliad and orchid-infested branches above, small birds but related to the larger turkey-like curassows, whose evolution began some 40 million years ago, marking a new stage in the transformation of what was left of the once mighty dinosaurs. The lower branches are also home to the group Ildanis, black and sleek members of the cuckoo family. These noisy, cheeky little birds have developed the habit of laying their eggs in a communal nest, so that only 1 or 2 need stay home to babysit, while the rest of the girls go on about their business. The trees are also home to wingless creatures. Clarimundis scamper among the branches. Members of the raccoon family, they descend to the ground during the day, bushy ringtails held high in search of a dim sum of delicious insects, grubs, fruit, and the occasional lizard or small mammal unwary enough to get itself put on the menu as an entree. Cats also prowl the branches. Margays, spectacular creatures with elongated spots like the clouded leopards of Asia, spend most of their time aloft, while ocelots, larger relatives, hunt mainly on the forest floor. Even larger, jaguars slink through the tangled jungles, while cougars follow the game trails of the higher peaks. Soaring above, golden eagles glide on the spiraling air currents, wings motionless, looking like feathered 747s until they spot a morsel on the ground. Suddenly, they speed downward with a fearlessness that fighter pilots hesitate to emulate, leveling off at the last moment to snatch up their meals in a taloned embrace. Turkey vultures also circle slowly above the forest, seeking not prey, but the remains of someone else's dinner, most likely provided by the cats, or coyotes whose plaintive cries disturb the night, striking million-year-old terrors in the hearts of their quarry. Sometimes the impatient birds begin before the coyotes have quite finished their repast, and then the terror is on the other side. The night air is disturbed by the soft flutter of owls as they swoop down upon various rodents and small reptiles that have carelessly broken cover in their own endless pursuit of food. Insects abound, their buzzing cacophony filling the forests and jungles with an almost constant background hum, nearly subliminal in its general ubiquity. They range from nasties so tiny they are never seen and known only by the red and itchy welts they raise, to some of the most magnificent creations of nature's patent office.